Namaste. Jai Shri Ram. Before I address all of you, one thing which you need to understand is the word Sanatana Dharma is emerging all over the world these days. Now, let us understand what this Sanatana Dharma is. In the beginning, when multi-billion souls were rushing towards the earth from Parabrahma Lokam to embody themselves in this human physical body and experience the manifested creation, the four-headed Brahma, who is the creator, he addressed an issue to his Manasaputras. They are Sanakadi Maharishi, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sujata. He called this Sanatana and told him that, you see, I see multi-billion souls rushing towards the Bhuloka to experience the manifested creation. Now I want you to observe their activity on the earth and see that they are able to experience whatever they want to experience in one birth itself and go back to Parabrahma. And Sanatana, who is the Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, third of Manasaputras of Brahma, he sat in contemplation and observed the whole creation and whole activities of human beings. He observed that whatever activity which human beings are doing on the earth comes under four classifications or headings. It is called Dharma, that is righteousness, Artha, material comfort, Kama, fulfilling of desires, and Moksha, liberation. So under these four headings things happen. So he devised a method that where he could, all of them should go through all these four categories in a systematic, righteous manner. So a human body takes about 12 years for the five senses to fully develop in the physical body. So till then one is a child. Then between 12 to 24 it is called Brahmacharya ashrama. The male children are sent to Gurukula. The female children are taken care of in the home by elders. They are tutored for whatever they are prepared for. Now, when a child is sent into Gurukula, it is a home away from home. As a child, they very easily adapt to the conditions. They find, like you also observe children, though they are very fond of their parents, when they see children of their own age group, they very easily mingle with them. Like that, lot of children used to be there and they used to be taken care of. And in the process of this 12 years, between 12 to 24, the Guru observes his tendencies, his interests, and decides that this person is fit to be this. See, the Varnas were decided by observing the tendencies exhibited by each individual human being. When they enter the Gurukula, like they say in the Vedas, Janmanat Ajayate Shudraha, by birth everyone is a Shudra. Only by vritti or by action prompted by their inherent qualities, they exhibit different kind of qualities, and this is identified by the sage and they are tuned to develop in those lines. So the Varna classification is on occupational functions, like those who are active intellectually and they want to know more about creation and reveal to the world, they come under the classification of Brahmana. Those who are valorous and are willing to take the responsibility for others, they were treated as Kshatriyas. And those who had the acumen of understanding and marketing, they were observed to be as capable with certain skills. They were called as Vaishyas. There are other people who were very keen on doing physical activity, developing only physical skills. They were called as Shudras. This is a only functional occupational classification. There is no hierarchy of up or low. Now let us understand. The first Varna called Brahmana, the injunctions which were imposed by Sanatana were such that this set of people, they have to live for the purpose of guiding the humanity in the proper direction of righteousness. Now, when you say Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha, you will find that the first is Dharma. Then you have Artha and Kama. Then the last is Moksha. That means the life of river should run with the two banks of dharma and moksha. The artha has come or fulfilled in a proper natural way. So for that purpose, Sanatana decided that when a child is sent into Gurukula between 12 and 24, at 24 when he comes out, in the Gurukula he is trained properly, all the skills which he has to acquire for making a living, and he has to continue his activity of teaching other people. He was also taught the main purpose of acquiring a human body is that you must provide other physical body to other souls who are waiting in higher lokas to come down and experience the manifestation. That is your primary dharma. So then he said, to establish this dharma, you have to find a companion. It's called Sadharmini. Find a husband, get married, and go into the hold of householder for another 24 years. Between 24 to 48 years, you go through as a householder. In that period, you fulfill the material requirements and fulfilling all your desires with the watchword of righteousness and liberation. All activity is done only for this, on the path of righteousness towards moksha. Is the journey of fulfilling desires and acquiring material comfort. This was systematically designed and people were going through that. Then when they reached, now with this present Kali Yuga, we are telling a particular age factor. This varies from every yuga. Now, between 24 to 48, it was called as Grahastha Ashrama. This is the best of the ashrama. In this ashrama is required to support other three ashramas. The Brahmacharya ashrama and the childhood and Vanaprastha and Sannyasa is to be supported by this Grahastha Ashrama. So, after going through the Grahastha Ashrama for about 24 years, what has happened? The marriage concept we had on the earth was like this. See, a boy used to get married at the age of 24 and the girl will be anywhere between 18 to 22. So when they get married, the system is so designed that the male component in a human being is only 10%. 90% of the male component is put in the female and 90% female component is put in the male. These two people who get married, they discover each other gradually, little by little. It takes roughly 36 years. So by the time they are 60, they fully find themselves 100% from the other counterpart. So when this happens at the age of 60, they celebrate 60th marriage. Again, one more marriage like thing is performed. Why? Now both of them are 100%. They have fully discovered the male has discovered 100% of his male capacity, having drawn the 90% from his spouse, and vice versa. This being now they are full. Now they say that now we both of us are full. Let us proceed to further journey towards moksha, liberation. Then they used to go into Vanaprastha. They used to hand over the responsibilities to the children and they will take charge and they will stay in a forest. Vana is forest. Prastha is entering the forest. It is for rest. They will go there. They will build the Parnashala with their own hands. Have minimum requirements and live there. And their children will be managing the home. And these people will come for weekends, be with their parents and bring their children. This used to go on for about a period of 12 years. In the 12 years, initially these children will come every week. Then gradually it happened once in a month. Then they'll come only when their festivals are. This is only for the parents to ascertain that they are not attached to their children. In this 12 years, if they have developed this total detachment between 60 to 72, after 72, they will enter sannyasa ashrama dharma. They will go into the deeper forest. Then, because of their yogic practices which they have been taught during the Gurukula system, both of them will be engaged, both husband and wife will be engaged in spiritual austerity. When they go deeper into forest, they don't build any Parnashala. They simply live in tune with nature, connecting their consciousness with every bit of nature. They become part of the nature. Then, when the right time comes, they will, in each other's mutual embrace, they will create Yogagni and disintegrate the body into particles of 5 elements of nature and simply vanish. And they will become one with the Brahma. So when thus being the case, how is that the question of this ceremonies? It is not necessary. It never used to be there. Then later on people lost this knowledge, this faculty. People started dying and they started cremating and all this. And even the activity of this Shraddha and all, it is given in Garuda Purana. In every Purana, the first underlying current, what they write is Purana iti shravana. It is only for hearing. It is not for practicing. Practicing, you must practice Upanishads. Because Upanishads are the key to Vedas. Vedas are abstract sound energies which has to be manifested. In Upanishads, you will have stories. See how the Upanishads came about. When the sages were teaching the highest philosophy to the children, they used to go like in a sage with all his disciples, go visit another sage. And these students will be discussing with each other, and they will come out with questions. Finally, these things were properly categorized and placed in different forms of Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad, Keno Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Most of these Upanishads are having secrets how to live a life of righteousness. That is all. See, Upanishads are meant to be followed. Puranas are only meant for hearing. See, the mind is to be placed blank, like a blank canvas. And the sage who has brought out these Puranas is the artist who is painting the mind with different colors, these kind of stories. When the mind is fully colored properly, then see, suppose if a big painting is going on, if you go in between, you will never understand what the painting is. Only when it is totally complete, you will know what the painting depicts. Likewise, when you are reading a Purana, let us say you are reading Ramayana or Mahabharata or any of the Puranas, you will find that the mind gets colored with all these stories. Then there is a kind of maturity which develops in each individual, which is everything is going towards liberation. All this facilitate to going towards liberation. Whatever you hear in the Puranas, what has to be practiced as you are hearing, you know you will practice. But most of it is only for hearing. Okay, by hearing the Puranas, you will know that in every Purana the Upanishads will come, where the deity or divinity will meet a sage and there will be a discourse between a sage like Yoga Vasishta. It happened between Vasishta and Rama. Rama, after having been trained by Vasishta Maharishi, he was to go back to Ayodhya and take over his kingdom. But having realized the Brahman, he asked Vasishta Maharishi, now that when I am aware that I am the Brahman, why should I go and take up a kingdom? Why should I take this responsibility? That time, Vasishta Maharishi and Vishwamitra, they jointly discussed. They said, we will reveal to Rama the stories which we heard from Brahma when we were in our doing our spiritual sadhana. That will be helpful for Sri Rama. That is called as Yoga Vasishta. See, likewise, there are three things which has to be read only after you reach the state of Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Ashtavakra Samhita and Tripura Rahasya and Yoga Vasishta. If you read these things before you reach Nirvikalpa Samadhi, you will be confused, you see. So it is better just like that. When you want to go by flight, you go to the airport by a cab, then you get into the plane runs in the runway, then you see the difference, the increasing of speed, then it takes off into the air. At the air, it is when it is going at the optimum speed, you feel that there is no movement. So you must not talk about the optimum speed when you are in the cab. You will not understand. You can't explain that. Where you see no movement, but there all movement is there. Likewise, when you have transcended what is Nirvikalpa Samadhi? See, in the Samadhi there are 4 stages. First is Bhava Samadhi. You get into the Bhava of respective deities. Then you get into Savikalpa Samadhi. With mind wandering, you enter Samadhi. Then in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, there is no wandering of mind, complete sedation of thoughts. Then you enter Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Beyond Nirvikalpa Samadhi, you enter Turiya. Then beyond Turiya, you go Turiya Atita, beyond Turiya. Then you attain Paripurnatva. Then what is the state of Paripurnatva? When a person attains Paripurnatva, he has transcended his physical body, his prana, his mind, his intellect. Even Anandamaya Kosha he has transcended. He remains at the level of Parabrahma and Atma. It is just like an oyster and pearl. See, now the Paramatma who sent all the souls to Goloka to experience the manifested creation, he came along with them. We are told that we acquired Anandamaya Kosha in Parabrahma Loka, but at that time a portion of Parabrahma also came with Anandamaya Kosha. So the Parabrahma is available to everyone between Anandamaya Kosha and Atma. So this cognition, when you are aware, then you become a Sthita Prajna. Yes, see, Sthita Prajna is not just static consciousness, literally, but it is infinite consciousness. When you are at that level of super conscious, infinite consciousness, then there is no activity of body, mind and intellect. They will function as per the will of Supreme God or Atma. Atma and Paramatma are like sun and the rays. They are not different. They seem to be different. When the rays reach the earth, sun does not reach. But the rays reaching the earth itself is like sun reaching the earth. Likewise, the Atma and Paramatma are together like the sun rays and the sunlight. It's just an example. Like that. So when you reach that state, all activities which you are going to do in the earth, you will know that they are simply happening. There is literally nothing for you to do. You are only presenting it yourself at different points of situation all over your entire life, and whatever activities has to be done, it is being done by Paramatma who is in you, and you get the credit of having done it. Just like whole Mahabharata was fought by Sri Krishna and his Sudarshana, but it was given that different characters did different activities. And even if you observe the characters in Mahabharata, each one of them exhibited one of the great qualities of Parabrahma. Now, all the good qualities of Parabrahma cannot be manifested in one physical human form. So, they are multivalent forms, each of them expressing differently. What is necessary for human beings to understand is, every one of us are unique. Parabrahma is the most unique. There is no competition in this world. Everyone is unique. So you understand your uniqueness by regular meditation. You will transcend the body, mind and intellect. When you transcend your Ananda Kosha, you will identify. So the identity of your core agenda is beyond Anandamaya Kosha. See, people reach Anandamaya Kosha, they blissful and they stay there. They don't want to go beyond that. It is just like when you go to the airport, all comfort is available in the airport. When you get stuck in the airport, you have to move forward when your flight is announced, get into the flight and fly. So, you must go even beyond Anandamaya Kosha. Okay, see, when you reach that level, everyone, now Satyayuga started, the energies which is required for transformation are flooding all over the earth. Way back somewhere in 76, the Saptarishis, they created solar flares in the remotest corner of universe, which was equal to billions of suns' brilliance. So that energy has gradually reached the earth. Those energies which are flooding the earth, they are stimulating new brain cells to be open. Like you observe, the 5 senses in the physical body, all of them are two-way channels. Like you see your eyeballs, they are concave. See, when you have seen this dish for receiving this different form. Like if the eyeball is only for not only receiving, it is for sending also. Even your earlobes is for sending, not only hearing. Now you must understand this two-way channel. Now, because of the selfish pursuit of the Kali Yuga activity, we have lost the facility of using the two-way channel. You can sit quietly and send your thoughts to anybody else in the world. You can send pictures. All this you can do, like we are doing in WhatsApp. We are sending the picture, we are sending the audio visual, all these things. It is reaching everyone. Like that communication skills will come naturally to people. So, the greatest, most perfect gadget is human being, is created by God. You must know to use those facilities. Once you are able to, gradually in Satyayuga, it will be a very common factor. Everyone will be able to use their inherent physical facilities which are available in physical body, by which they will be able to communicate to everyone, anywhere in this, not only on this earth, anywhere in the universe you can communicate and, and contact people and convey things. So these facilities will happen naturally. Now you must understand, because the new age is coming, all the changes which have to happen in the new age will happen through human beings. Those souls who are born after 74, they are equipped with a different Manonmaya Kosha. Their hard disk itself is encrypted with the needs which is to be brought about, changes to be brought about in the earth. Now each one of these souls, they have got certain part of the design. Only when all the designs are put together, you will get the entire picture. You will find out nowadays a lot of youngsters are asking questions and things which we never did at our age. Why? Because that is being prompted by the encryption in their hard disk. Now, this you observe, then what has happened? The older generation has got the responsibility to guide these people properly. You have to facilitate them. Your children are born through you, they don't belong to you. You see? So, you must allow them to manifest what they have come to manifest. Now what has happened? Whatever technology and information you have got so far is only Kali Yuga technology. You don't have Satyayuga technology at all. So these people are born with Satyayuga technology. You only facilitate them to manifest what they have come to. Don't teach them, allow them to learn. When they are learning, they are teaching. They will do simultaneously. Now, whatever the new age children, they will put things into practice. Only then the theories will come. Originally, even whatever theories which are being dished out to us, initially they were encryption of the practical things which people did. Later on, we simply started dishing out theory after theory, putting anything into practice. Then what has happened? Now the theoretical jargon which is taught by people, what are the highest of universities is only theoretical jargon. There is no practical experience of anything which they are. And when you retrace it back to the practical, you find that things are not happening the way. Like someone of the scientists said that if you are going to be doing the same thing again and again, how can you expect a different result? You must do things differently. That facility to do differently are available with the new age souls who are born. Please allow them to do what they have come to manifest. Through them, the world is going to change. The Satyayuga will be manifest, because that is why everyone is asked to look at the sun on a daily basis. Within 1 hour of sunrise, just gaze at the sun for about 2 or 3 minutes. Do 3 times Atma Pradakshina with the folded hands. Then whatever brain cells have to be opened by the sunlight entering through your eyes, the brain cells will be opened, and the energies which are spreading on the earth, they will blend with these energies you have got from the sun, and each one of them will be revealed. Now that Satyayuga has started, Vishwamitra Maharshi has tuned the Mahameru, which is equivalent to the brain of the earth, to give out ideas to the world. The brain will send one X unit of energy on a daily basis. As it comes out, it will open the brain cells and give ideas. See, when it touches a scientist, it will give a scientific invention. When it touches a farmer, he will get a different idea how to do his farming. Like that same quotient of energy which touches each of the people, they will do their own respective things with a little small changes which will bring out great result. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram.